girls, so welcome back to February Friday. For the second case for this video, we are going back to Elkhart, Texas, my bad. Elkhart, Indiana, specifically. We are going to cover the case of a mother, and unfortunately, of course, this case does involve children, so just a spoiler on that. If you don't want to listen to that, I'm definitely letting you know now, so there's really no shocker. And also, we do also, of course, have another innocent party that had really nothing to do with this, but they are, of course, involved, and once you see what I'm talking about, you understand what I mean. And so that being said, if anybody knew of the victim or of our killer, definitely know. And so with that being said, I'm coming rambling, and let's get started. So Amber Pastzor, that's how I assume you pronounce her last name. She was said to have been born in April of 1987. In 2006, apparently she gets charged because she was like operating a vehicle that had resulted in some injury. Didn't specify what the injury was, just said in some injury. So Amber would go on to have two daughters. She would have Liliana Renee Hernandez on September 30th, 2008. The father of Liliana, so apparently she gets pregnant again by apparently the same dad, so both kids have the same dad. However, unfortunately, while she's pregnant with the second kid, the father of the said child is fortunately found dead in the woods sometime 2010. Apparently, the body was cut in half, and apparently that murder is still unsolved. From what I found, it was to this day. So then she winds up having Xavier, the son, on January 31st. And of course, DCFS was concerned for the kids' welfare because they believed that Renee, the father of both these kids, was connected to the cartel. But of course, that was never confirmed because, like I said, death is still unsolved to this day. So in early 2015, Amber apparently would lose custody of the kids due to her having drug problems and threatening to hurt them. So then, of course, they would go stay with their step-grandmother. So in July of 2015, she basically was charged with criminal trespassing. She originally was sentenced to a year in jail, but then eventually gets changed to 20 hours of community service, and she is made to stay away from a certain house. I would like to assume that the house that she was told to stay away from was the house that she was trespassing, but it did not say for certain in the records that I always found. Apparently, she had a 3-year-old son, older, named Jules Aguilar. Apparently, she was harassing him and the stepmother, and she apparently threatened to take the 3-year-old back, even though her parental rights for that child had already been taken away. So on September 26th, because we're still in 2015, surprisingly, apparently Liliana and Xavier, they were staying at Amber's father's house, Amber's father being Billy Green. So she goes to the house around 6 a.m., kidnaps both the kids. She then, after she kidnapped the kids, she then gets this guy by the name of Frank McComber. Sorry. She then lures him basically to like this forest under the false guide of we're gonna have sex, but she winds up robbing him for like his gun and his car. So Frank was born December 4th, 1950. Apparently he had served in the Vietnam War for 6 years before he went to General Motors, worked there for 45 years, and then retired. Or she unfortunately would shoot him with the hunting rifle. An Amber Alert was issued out for both the kids because I guess some people thought that Frank actually had been the one to kidnap both the kids. So basically it was like, these two kids are missing, and Frank is the believed suspect, right? So then, of course, after she sees this Amber Alert for both the kids, she winds up actually smothering both the kids to death, puts them in the trunk of Frank's car. She drives to the police station with the kids in Frank's car, confesses that their bodies are in the trunk of his car, and of course she gets arrested on without bond for 2 counts of murder. So then, of course, Frank's body is actually found, he's found dead the next day by the FBI. Amber, of course, claims that, hey, the cartel was still after me, and that they're responsible for their father's Renee's death, and that they gave me the choice between either chopping up both my kids' bodies or smothering them one at a time. So I chose to smother them one at a time because it seemed more of a gentle death. Of course, she gets sentenced to 130 years, 65 for both of the kids' deaths to be run together concurrently, and then 65 deaths, and then 65 years alone just for Frank's death. And then unfortunately, Amber's dad would die sometime like August 5th, 2022. And so, yeah, that's basically what I was able to find on this case. And so, with that being said, like I said, if you knew the killer, if you knew any of our victims, including Frank, definitely know. Because obviously, most of the media is going to talk about her kids, because her kids were young and stuff, but Frank was still a person too. So, with that being said, if you knew anybody involved in the case, definitely know. And I cover fail females 3 times a week. Subscribe for more fail females. I'll see you guys next one. Bye.